Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flight Sim channel. My name is Captain Flako, and in today's video we are back in the Turbine Duke made by BlackSquare Simulations. And in today's video we're going to give you a brief overview of what the ETM or the Engine Trend Monitor is, what it does, what it can do for you, and how powerful it is in this Turbine Duke. So without further ado, let's jump in the cockpit and let's get started. Alright guys, we are here in the cockpit of the Turbine Duke. And the Turbine Duke has a special ETM, Engine Trend Monitor, which is actually used in the real airplanes with turbine engines. As you see, we are in the turboprop variant of the Duke, the Turbine Duke, using the PT6s from Pratt & Whitney. And so the ETM, even though it's a small piece of hardware, it's actually very powerful and very useful. So I think it's important for you as a simmer, as a pilot, as an operator, for you to understand how to use it and how it can help you, because it's going to make the engine last longer and catch problems early. Turboprop engines are super expensive and they're delicate, so it's really important and crucial to monitor their performance very closely. So the ETM can do that for you. The ETM can alert pilots if something is wrong, shows real-time information to help save fuel and reduce engine wear. And then one thing I do recommend, guys, is if you have the time, go to your community folder, open up your contents, and open up the Turbine Duke manual and read more about what the Engine Trend Monitor can do for you. But if you're lazy and you don't want to do it, then hang around this video and we're going to go over it now. So the ETM's interface has 4 main files with several pages in each of them. So let's go check them out. So Control-Shift-3, you know me and my shortcuts. Control-Shift-3 brings you here, and below your GTN 650 right here is your Engine Trend Monitor. Alright, so I was saying it has 4 different pages. You can switch those pages with this rotary knob here. You have your ETM page, nav page, fuel page, and air data page. And then to scroll through the data on each page, you kind of use this up and down switch here, and I'll show you how to work that. So right now we're in the Engine Trend Monitor page, and we're going to go over what each little page does for you. So let's go down here. So right now it's just showing us our exceedance, like an alarm. So when we started for takeoff, we exceeded the torque range, so it'll give you that. If it was actually happening in real time, it would be giving you an alert. It would be flashing and telling you. So let's go to the next page. So right now this page here, this is your NG and ITT page. So NG is your gas generator RPM percentage, and your ITT is your interstage turbine temperature in Celsius. So pretty much information is given us here is real-time, live, and digitally, instead of looking here. As you can see, NG is at 100 and our ITTs are up here, 704, 707, as you can see here. So this is real-time information that is given you here in the Engine Trend Monitor. So let's go to the next page. This one is pretty similar, but instead it gives you your propeller torque in foot-pounds and your interstage turbine temperature, your ITT in Celsius. So torque of the propeller, again, same of what we're looking up here. Torque, 790 and 800, 795, almost 800, and your ITTs. Let's go to the next page. So this page is your gas generator RPM percentage and your propeller RPM. So this is giving us our left engine propeller RPM, right engine propeller RPM. Same thing, what we're looking over here. As you can see, prop RPM, 1950, real-time stuff. Next page. This is your shaft horsepower. So this is your derived shaft horsepower, and it's actually calculated. Your horsepower is calculated by the torque times your RPM divided by 5252. So pretty much giving us what horsepower you're outputting from each engine. So your left engine's doing 295 horsepower right now. Your right engine is 295 horsepower. So if we increase our throttle here, look at that horsepower go. So that's pretty much what that means there, if you ever want to see what kind of horsepower you're putting out. So well over 600 horsepower right now as we're cruising over these mountains in Tennessee. All right, next page. This is SFC. So the SFC is your specific fuel, pounds of fuel consumed to produce 1 shaft horsepower. So pretty much engine efficiency here. So left engine 739, right engine 739. Next page. key status, this is the amount of data used on the USB data stick. I'm not 100% sure how this is simulated. I'm not sure if the data kind of increases and your USB data like has a limit, but hey, it shows it. It's pretty cool. Next page. And then this is your page showing logs. So log of totals, you can see here. And then now, since this has so many things, you can use this switch here, your increase and decrease switch, to look through the sub pages. So let's do that. So this is showing total takeoff landing cycles of the airframe and total hours and minutes of flight time. This is total engine start and shutdown cycles and total hours and minutes of engine runtime on each engine. So pretty cool, giving your logs there. Next page is your lowest voltage and highest ITT during start. Same thing on the right side. And then when your next inspection is due. So 196 days, 35 hours, and 53 seconds till our next inspection is due on these engines. So that's pretty much it on the ETM page. Let's go to the nav page. Beautiful. So the nav page here gives us our current GPS longitude and latitude. Sorry about that. Next page. So this one gives you your ETE next to your next waypoint. So it's identifier, distance, and time to go for the next waypoint in the flight plan. So right now we don't have a waypoint. Let's go load one in real quick so you can see how that works. So let's just go nearest here, nearest airport. Looks like NC06 is our nearest airport. All right. So I'm gonna go here, direct to on the 650, select waypoint, and see where's the numbers? Here we go. 06. And we're gonna activate that. I'm gonna switch this to nav over here. All right, and we're making our way that way. Now, if we look at our ETM, our engine trend monitor in the nav page, now we have some data. It's pretty much telling us, hey, 10.3 nautical miles to NC06, about 3 minutes. So let's go to the next page. This is ETA. So that's the time of arrival and local time at the next waypoint. This is your distance and time to get to for the last waypoint from the flight plan. Again, estimated time of arrival and local time at the last waypoint in the flight plan. We only have one, so that's why it's showing that. Next page is your magnetic track and ground speed of the aircraft and magnetic variation in the area. So what we're tracking, our speed. This is your wind drift. Very important stuff to check out. So current wind direction from and speed based on the GPS drift angle of the aircraft. So very good information there. Heading drift and what your current heading is and what your current rate of turn is on the aircraft. So pretty cool stuff on the nav page. Let's go to the fuel page. So the fuel page here shows us your full fuel, in this case 270.9 gallons. Let's go to the next page. Fuel to destination, 2.9 gallons. So it's pretty much giving us fuel required to reach the last waypoint in the flight plan at the current consumption rate. This is your fuel remaining at the last waypoint in the flight plan at the current consumption rate. So that's how much fuel remaining we'll have. Your specific range, so it's GPS ground speed divided by fuel consumption in gallons per hour, so flight efficiency. So we're probably, looks like we're burning 2.9, we're getting 2.9 nautical miles per gallon. Next page. Your fuel flow, same thing that where you're looking at your gauges over there. Fuel use since power was applied to the ETM unit and fuel remaining in gallons. So 0 and 135 gallons. And your endurance, so this is time remaining until empty at current rate of consumption and fuel use in gallons. So at this rate, we have about an hour and 48 minutes of consumption or of fuel, and that's how much fuel we'll have. All right, next page is going to be our air data. So just pretty simple stuff. This one gives you your local date and time, your local, your universal time in GMT, your Greenwich Mean Time, your flight timer. So this is the elapsed time since airspeed exceeded the takeoff threshold set by maintenance. This is your outside air temperature in Celsius and calculated density altitude. Your pressure altitude, and your density altitude, your indicated airspeed, calculated true airspeed, and calculated Mach number. Right now we're doing 177, true airspeed of 202, Mach 315. This is your gross weight. So right now looks like we are 6,390 pounds. So this is current calculated gross weight of the aircraft, accounting for fuel burn. And that's pretty much it on the different pages here. Other thing that you can do is you have a start and pretty much a start and stop timer here. You can set up a timer on your ETM here. And then the other important part of this is your alarms. So right now we don't have any alarms going off, but if you did, it will start flashing at you and giving you your most important alarm is what's gonna show up first here. So I don't know if I can try and simulate an alarm condition. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my RPM all the way up. And let's see if we can exceed the torque range here. All the way up, let's see. There we go, so we exceeded the torque, and look how it's flashing right now. It's like, hey, your left engine exceeding torque. We go page down, it stays there until we fix it. Now it's like, okay, you're good. And it gives you kind of like the last recorded exceedance in torque. So pretty cool stuff, man. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. It's not much to it. It's a lot to it, but not much to it. It's very simple to just look through. Again, I recommend checking out the manual so you can guys figure out what all these pages are, but it does give you some useful information in each of these pages. And I definitely recommend you learning how to use it for your advantage. All right, guys, with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. And as always, if you guys have any suggestions on what kind of content you guys want to learn or want to see in this channel, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to do it and help you guys out. All right, guys, with that being said, if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, do your thing. We appreciate all the support. We're steadily growing, and it's very exciting, guys. All right, guys, enough of me talking. I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy flying as always. See ya.